Hey guys, got another war recap video for you. War, what's it good for? Working title, guys, help me figure one out. So we'll start with attack 1. If I'm correct, it's the 30k punch up, astonishing X-Men into Sinister 6 Brotherhood 2.0 hybrid. I like this hybrid. I don't use Magneto for my own one. I use Swarm in place of Magneto. I have a really big Swarm. And the general idea is Blob gets the early taunt from Toad, and then he's going to protect the Doc Ock clone, and it can cause trouble. So Bishop actually goes before Magneto in this. So you get to use the ultimate. You're going to use special next, because he'll be blinded, and then you get to use the ultimate again. Now, what could have went really bad here is if Elektra had decided to kill a member, unless it was Iceman, because he would have came back. But that could be the deciding issue. Now, what will work in your favor is the Electro ult will likely bring some, if not multiple people into yellow. Beast is going to go, he'll cleanse the blinds, and then you can start doing what you got to do. So we get a good blind on Blob. We're not worried about retaliates, and we're not worried about his, I believe he opens with his ultimate, the big belly flop move, right? And so now it's just another day at the office against Sinister 6. We survived the opening barrage. We CC'd the Blob in the way we needed to. And now as long as we can get a kill here, as long as Bishop gets a turn, then we're going to get all our speed bar, we're going to get up and running, and we're good to go. So we use the Beast special, mostly just for a bunch of defense ups and speed ups. And that lets us take out the Shocker clone, and then we're off to the races here. Blob will go down. Toad might go down too. Toad will be next, I assume. Oh no, I opt to do the blind on Doc. Actually, it's going to stop him from ulting and taking all our good buffs and turning them into bad buffs. So smart in-game time, James. Not super smart audio recording, James. We'll stun the Electro, stop her from using her special with the offense up. And now obviously this is just cleanup, so this is a win at this point. So I would not use symbiotes against the Blob version of Sinister 6. I think that's a bigger gamble than what you want to do. Axmen is the better choice for that. And even more so would be X-Factor, or X-Force, X-Force. X-Factor 2 would crush them, so would anything with Silver Surfer. So, well, not anything with Silver Surfer, but Silver Surfer on one of these teams would lead this to be an auto win. And now I think this is actually a slog-go fight with Doc Ock. I think he does a bunch of blocks, he gets a bunch of healing, and we're kind of hanging back and forth with him, so just sit tight. Play with my new mustache. I gotta shave. My wife hates it. So when you are in the 5v1 case against a Doc Ock, stun is going to be your friend as well as heal block. Don't think Axmen heal block. No, they don't. But they do have 2 stuns, so if you land the stun, you'll be okay. So you see he gets a block and he's back up and running. He doesn't have slow, so we're not going to be able to stun him. This will give us some big damage, hopefully. Not quite. Besides Bishop and Jubilee, my X-Men are pretty small. This should finish him. Oh my god, this Doc Ock is a beast. We need to land another stun on him. And this is the issue with Doc Ock. Yeah. Heal block or stun, or don't try and do the fight, really. Except for a team like X-Force who can kind of blow him up on the opening turn. We do win this fight, unless I had a mental breakdown because he survived. Alright, here we go. Here's a stun with offense up, so it should land. Good. If that didn't land, we probably would have timed out here, and I would have been very upset. He's still stunned. I think Bishop's going to go before him. Yep. And there you go. 22 seconds left. Whew. Beast and the Brotherhood just kind of helps stall the match out more so that you do end up in those tight time restraints. Now you see the score during this war is super bad in our favor. We just did 2 on wars, which is 4 buys. Okay, here are 200 K punch up X Factor plus Zemo and Silver Surfer, so absolutely nothing impressive here. Zemo's going to go ahead and ability block, and then they'll do their thing from there. But yeah, this war is an off war because we just did 2 super on wars. I kind of wish this one wasn't, because apparently this is Duarte's alliance, and that would have been fun. This is actually the smallest punch up that we would have had. So Mondays was a 32 million punch up. Wednesdays was 12 million, and I believe this one was 8 million. So I get a little greedy. I decide I want to try and go for the Captain America kill. We don't get it. But this is the first time I use Polaris. I know that pulls people in, and the idea behind that is now Silver Surfer is going to drop bombs on everybody, or at least on 4 of them, if the whole this is taunt. But you see the 200k punch up does lead to a bunch of deaths on our end. Gear 15 Zemo, I believe he's 6 red stars now. I just upgraded him. I have no regrets doing that. It does work. Hulk does some damage. I believe, yeah, we still lose long shot, but at this point, it doesn't matter, right? This is a 200k punch up against a B tier, maybe B plus tier defense against a stupid, overpowered, over-invested hybrid team. Now, X Factor is going to be not my next team. It's going to be Shadowlands will be the next team I go hard on after DD4, but X Factor is going to be right after that. So we got attack 3. And we're doing 100k punch down symbiotes into Inhuman Coulson. Now you can imagine how this one goes. Again, this is an off war. I wouldn't ever do this big a punch down in an on war, especially with a counter team like this. But the general strategy remains the same if you're doing a punch across or a slight punch down. Don't do it in security. Don't do it in reactor. But when you do it in the right time, you want to kill shield operative. You don't want to kill the shield protector guy. You want to keep him up for as long as possible because you're going to use Yo-Yo's passive against her and you're going to take her out. And to set that up, what you want to do is you want to steal defense up. If you can steal it with offense up, that's preferable. But you want to make sure you steal defense up from whoever Symbiote Spider-Man lands his basic on. So you want to open with Symbiote Spider-Man basic. And then from here, it's just, you do your thing. Yo-Yo dies, Coulson, lots of people have weak Coulsons for some reason, so Coulson just kind of falls over. Kill the Yo-Yo, and then you get to move on to control and kill the Black Bull Crystal, Nick Fury. Now, don't use symbiotes if it's not the Nick Fury variant. I mean, if it's like I don't know, a Karnak variant, or I see some Captain Marvel ones. I've seen a Night Nurse one on my defense. Doesn't work very well. Then don't use symbiotes. Use Brotherhood. With the Silver Surfer one, I don't know what we're going to be doing with that one. I'm imagining X Factor will take care of them. I imagine Shadowlands will take care of them, but that's remains to be seen. No one in my alliance has them quite big enough yet. But anyway, 3 for 3. Let's keep it rolling. This is attack number 4. And here I'm doing another 100k punch down. I wouldn't be doing these punch downs even in an off war, except these are the only teams showing, which is kind of unfortunate. But honestly, it kind of works in my favor here because I almost lose this fight because the Astonishing X-Men are way strong. You notice I have Captain Marvel with my X-Men. How to put this so I sound like an idiot. I don't like the OG X-Men anymore. I find them very inconsistent against the new meta teams. They don't beat Sinister Six. Mercs is kind of a coin toss, especially mine because my Psylocke is the stronger damage than my Phoenix just because of Red Star lottery. Emmarauders, you can do the Ultron thing, but I find PaTron works better than Xtron, all the Trons. So what I like to do with my X-Men is kind of beef them up with having Captain Marvel instead of Storm or Wolverine, who I don't really have built up yet, and to do safe punches, just like I do with my Fantastic Four. I don't like to do 100k punch downs. Like I'd like to do like a 50k punch down max with them. But you'll see here, Captain Marvel is the reason why we win this, because if we didn't kill that bishop there, who was about to ult our face off with offense up, it would have been really bad. So we kill the bishop, they'll kill our Phoenix, who goes dark. She's gonna save everybody, Cyclops will pop off, and I think even that's not enough to whittle them down, because I got a smaller Cyclops, and then we go from there. So we use a special, because I didn't want to knock Beast into, well, did he get the speed anyway? I imagined he wouldn't have gotten the speed if it was from a life drain, but it looked there like he just got speed. But anyway, he's got defense down still, so Cyclops goes ahead with the big ult, takes everybody down. Now I know what you're thinking, Cyclops isn't hitting as hard because it's not an X-Men member in that 5th slot. Captain Marvel's damage more than makes up for that. We will win this, which I would hope so, on 100k punch down. But you never know. Astonishing X-Men, these new momentum teams that they're building up, pretty rough. It's tough to pair. Try and hide that. That didn't work. Alright, attack 5. We doing HelaNatural against Guardians with Ghost. This team works really well. My last video, you saw me do it against the Silver Surfer Guardians team. Don't do that. That's a lot worse. But you'll see here, we land a bunch of bleeds. We get a bunch of kills. We kill Rocket almost too soon. And we go for the blind on Ghost, which is nice. We'll flip those defense ups. And then we're going to have Hela do work. Not sure why I attacked Ghost there, but that's okay. We'll spread the bleeds, because they're Ghost Rider bleeds, so they're huge damage. Now, I could have spread the blind and just won by control, but those bleeds absolutely destroy. You saw what they just did to Ghost, you saw what they did to Groot. Star-Lord died, and that's the bleeds on top of the Hela damage. Always a good time. And then we go from here, and I think Ghost is actually going to heal up a bunch with her dodges, because that's a thing Scopely thinks is a great idea, to give AIs increased dodge chance with heals. Not so bad that time. So yeah, HelaNatural against Guardians Ghost. Not a super good use of a big HelaNatural team, but it works. You can do 100k punch up on that easy. So here's a 80k-ish, yeah, 80k-ish punch up. Power armor with Ultron against Emmarauders, basic Emmarauders. PaTron still works against Emmarauders with Minerva instead of Sabretooth. With Scientist Supreme, a little bit of a coin toss, depending what you're going to resist. And then, yeah, it's a little bit of a coin toss, just with how Scientist Supreme's ult works. But she can almost put defense down for you, because you'll see here, I believe my Ultron strips the defense up, which is cool, but he doesn't strip the immunity. Now, Scientist Supreme would just put that on for him. So if it's a boosted Emmarauders team, your Falcon's going to steal a bunch of speed, and you're probably going to get to go before she clears it. Anyway, see here, obviously you don't use the ultimate on the second turn of Ultron, you use it on the third turn. You want to steal some buffs, which we do. We get offense up from rescue, and then we just go to town. We use the heal even though we didn't need it, just because we wanted to give Ultron some speed bar. And then you see Falcon, that's a G14 Falcon, he goes in, he does work. Next person we want to take out is Sinister. Emma is in her diamond form, and we did not want to hold that ult, because had we held the ult, Emma Frost would have just cleared all our buffs with her next ultimate ability, and then we wouldn't have had more ability power to summon more bots, which you'll see we do. That Ultron bleed is probably going to kill him, but of course he's going to come back, so we're still okay. And because he dies from the bleed, he gets his turn right away. So we summon more bots, and now the only concern we have right now is if Ultron dies again, then we are in trouble, but I think we're going to be okay. Actually, I know we're going to be okay. Look at that double Dorky dad sign me. There you go. And again, Falcon steals a bunch of speed, and this is going to be the kill blow. We will use the offense up ult. It's going to ignore that defense up. Get us more bots ready to go. And I see here I'm debating, do I want more speed or do I want to rewind? I think I opt to rewind. Or if I use speed up, Ultron's going to take his turn. Yeah, so that's what I go for. This should kill him. Nope. It's a little bit of a gamble there, but it ends up working out in our favor because the Ironheart does a little bit of turn meter rewind, and we're able to drop Sinister before he takes his next turn and pop it back up. So this is a big punch up. You'll notice it was a very small Strife. That's kind of the key to this. If you take the Strife out before he uses his ability block, it really doesn't matter how big the Emma or Sinister are, you're going to get through them. And the Sabertooth, Mystique, I don't know, they're kind of like decorative pieces for the Emmarauders, really. The best part about PaTron, instead of something like, the people are using the Defenders aren't great with Ultron, because what happens is the Mystique makes them basic their buddies, and their basics hit really hard. Now, in Power Armor, the basics do not hit very hard. The worst that's going to happen is a slow, which can set off the rhythm, but is not a game breaker. So there you go, pretty clean win. We had Ultron use his one res, but everyone else is finishing in the green, except for that one bot right there, that little guy, the trooper. So yeah, 70k strength, no big deal. Attack number 7. Probably, yeah, fantastic support. Another 60k punch down. Again, guys, I'm sorry about all these punch downs. I'd like to show you some stuff that's actually relevant to competitive wars. We conceded this war before it even started, and their defenses weren't that good. So I always kind of like off wars, because like, oh, I can be a little more ballsy now and get some cool footage of some kind of counters and stuff like that. It just wasn't in the works with the teams that showed, unfortunately. So, with Hero Brawlers, the Spider-Man instead of Miles. Miles would have made this a lot better. Our G14 name we're just going to go ahead and take out. Their hopes of winning, and we just kind of clean up from there. This team can get a little hairy if they decide to take out Johnny right away, but if your Namor is built alongside your Johnny, then you have two of those glass cannons, and you'll get through it. So that's a G15 7 red star Invisible Woman that you just saw hit for an incredible amount of damage. I really like her in DD4. I'm about to finish and get Doom, which, guys, I'll have Doom for the next video, which will be pretty exciting. But yeah, I like Invisible Woman. I don't think she's a wasted investment. Attack number 8. Don't blink on this one, guys. This is, again, a 60k punch down. And they're unboosted here. So this is what happens if you have a big X-Force team and the enemy doesn't have boosts up. You get in there as soon as possible and you just go to town. So I'm not waiting because I'm like, oh, what's my next move? Do I have to kill Taskmaster? I'm going, that just happened. So we go ahead, we kill the Shuri next because it's just going to feed into the speed bar of X23. X23 takes her ultimate, cleans everybody up, and I don't even know what happened to Mark Rygar. He died to something. So they've already won at this point. This is all stress-free. This is the last attack. And, of course, it's Black Order. Now, we're apparently in security. They're in bridge. Sorry, we're adjacent to security. They're in bridge. This is just a punch cross. All global buffs are down. So, you would expect to win this match. Hopefully, you would win this match, right? There's a little bit of RNG that happens, and it actually does happen here. So part of the bad RNG happens, but not the super bad part of RNG. So I'll point that out when it comes around. So in this matchup, you definitely want to save that Thanos flip until after Emma takes her turn. But this is the part where the RNG can turn around and bite you. So luckily, because we're in security, Thanos gets speed because Cull was knocked into yellow. That's not always going to be the case. If they're mixing up their targets, there's no security, that's with that. So here, when he clones Proxima, that is the worst person that could have been cloned. Because had she just used her ultimate on Thanos instead of Corvus, he gets turn meter rewind, he doesn't get to do his flip, it takes an extra turn to get to his ult. Bad news bears stuff, right? But it didn't happen to us. Get lucky, right? Because I think that's like a 5% chance. It takes 1 out of 5 chance to get Proxima, then 1 out of 5 chance for her to target Thanos. So, a 10% chance? I don't know. Who cares? Here we go. Math's a grade, by the way. So we go ahead. We take the Proxima ult off. I went for the Sabertooth just because I knew Thanos was coming in. And then this happens, that happens, and we win, of course, as you would expect. Nothing better than seeing Emma's body ragdoll against that rail and fall off into the abyss where she belongs. I hate fighting Emmas. there you go, guys. So we did lose this one. Big Red had big contributions. He did great. The boos are just because I think it's funny to boo when you lose. And that's all I got for you today. So next war video will come out on Tuesday, maybe Monday night, or Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday morning. And we'll have some Doom footage, hopefully. Alright, guys. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.